Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about something that I kind of thought we were done talking about. I didn't imagine it coming up in this capacity anyway. I could see it coming up in different ways later, but not actually discussing the merits. I thought we were done with that, but here we are. So, today we're going to talk about orders and tradition and perception. Bo, I'm confused about something. I've been waiting for you to express sympathy towards the lower ranks. While I totally understand and support the case against Chauvin, by tradition, aren't lower ranks immune if they are following a direct order? I mean, yeah, if they were in the military and they were on a battlefield. Not if they're cops. That tradition, that originated in the military. And I say tradition because we'll get there. We'll get there. Law enforcement is not the same as the military. The problem is that warrior cop mentality has spread so far. Apparently, there are people who think they are subject to the UCMJ. They are not. They're civilian law enforcement. They are not the military. Those traditions, those rules do not apply because it's a very different game. At least it should be. The comparison between police and the military shouldn't occur because police are supposed to be peace officers. The military is there specifically to not have peace. I mean, it's there to create war. Aside from the different objectives, they're not subject to the same systems that are supposed to provide accountability. Now let's get to the tradition. Yeah, there was a point in time where if some major walked up and was like, "Corporal, privates, go do this horrible thing," and they went and did it, and then some colonel finds out about it and is mad, they're not getting in trouble. They aren't getting in trouble at all. The major would get in trouble. There was a period in time where that's how it worked. This originated back when if the major walked up and said that and you didn't, you could be shot. I'm fairly certain that there's not an employee handbook for a law enforcement agency in this country that has that particular punishment in it. That's where the tradition arose. You follow the order because it maintains military discipline and all of that stuff, but you can't really be held accountable because it's an act of self-preservation. Because if you disobey a direct order, well, it's not going to go well for you. That's where the tradition arises. It is worth noting that today in the military, soldiers are taught how to disobey an unlawful order. They get training on this. They are told how to tell that major to take a hike. That's not how they're told to do it. But they receive training on how to disobey an unlawful order. It would make sense for law enforcement to get something similar. To be instructed on how to say, "Hey, that's unconstitutional. Hey, that's against the law. Hey, that's going to hurt somebody. Hey, that's excessive." This seems like a class that should exist. It exists in the military for wartime. But it doesn't exist here. And it's gotten to the point where people believe that law enforcement is okay with anything. They can do anything they want as long as another higher ranking cop told them to do it. No. I know that for a lot of people, y'all are going to find this funny, but law enforcement isn't actually an occupying army. It's not supposed to be. This is symptomatic of something that's wider. Law enforcement wants to adopt that culture, that warrior cop image. They want all of the trappings of it, but not the discipline of it. That's a huge part of it. They shouldn't be comparable There should never be a point where a comparison between peace officers and the military makes sense. The fact that the comparison gets made as often as it does, and the fact that the lines are so blurred that people are now assuming traditions that originated in the military now apply to law enforcement, that should be a sign that there's a really big problem. They're not the same. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.